Hello and welcome to today's edition of CityCast Live. I am Thyagraj.
And I am Isha Bajpai. Today's headlines are: No hope for sick bears in Bannerghatta National Park.
No banks in rural Karnataka.
Archery gaining popularity in Bangalore.
Now the news in details. No treatment possible for bears with tuberculosis in Bannerghatta National Park. Our reporter Radhika Malhotra finds out more about the consequences.
16 bears have died in past year in Bannerghatta National Park. Only 99 bears remain in the bear enclosure. 27 bears have been kept in captivity. Doctors of the park say the main reason for the death of bears is lung diseases.
Major death what we have encountered in the bears is almost, I can say, 99% is tuberculosis. Indirectly, this drug is more carcinogenic. This is the liver function.
Doctors have advised the zoo authorities to give the bears healthy food. Currently, there are 3 bears under critical condition. To prevent spreading of tuberculosis, the doctors have made it a point to check the animal keepers and cooks once in every 6 months. This is Radhika Malhotra reporting for CityCast Live.
Close to 6 lakh students attend pre-university exams this year. Some colleges did not follow the directives to remove caste identification in the students' hall tickets. Our reporter Vikas Gaur tells you the story.
Pre-university colleges in Bangalore have not removed the caste group mentioned on the student's hall ticket for examination as directed by the board. Students at Seshadripuram College had hall tickets with caste group mentioned on it.
We have directed to all the colleges through the DDs to whiten the caste column in the admission ticket. And most of the colleges have done that. It will be done today itself or tomorrow.
However, this year's pre-university exams in 923 centers across the state started on a positive note.
It was easy.
It's very nice. It
was easy.
How much you are expecting?
I don't know, no expectation.
Okay.
Close to 6 lakh students are sitting this year. Though there is a decrease in number of students every year, but passing percentage has increased over the years. This is Vikas Gaur reporting for CityCast Live.
Financial inclusion is not achieved in most villages in Karnataka despite an RBI guideline. Our reporter Tanvi Mishra tells us more.
Karnataka has 3,500 branches of nationalized banks to cater to almost 37,000 villages. An RBI guideline stipulates every village with a population of 1,000 needs a bank. Most of the villages in rural Bangalore do not have banks. Chikkukuntanahalli is a village in the interiors with a population of 2,000 people. Banks are reluctant to open rural branches because they do not earn enough profits there.
Yeah, we are facing shortage of staff for opening the new branches.
Rural Banking Department of RBI says a lot more banks are needed to achieve the target of financial inclusion in the country.
So instead of keeping your money at home will fetch no result to anyone because you are putting it in the bank. You are benefited, I am benefited. The productivity increases. Out of 6 lakh villages, only around 40,000 villages are covered with banks.
The Rural Development Department, Karnataka, says that almost all government schemes are carried out through banks. So if there are no banks, the money doesn't reach them.
Some benefited government scheme checks will be given to them. So those checks will have to be encashed only at the taluk level. If they have a village level, a small banking, I think that would be very convenient for the villages.
Banks prefer opening branches in cities because they don't earn enough profits in villages.
Banks prefer in the urban city is used by more people. That means they get more deposits and more borrowing. It is more profitable for the bank.
Without financial inclusion, it is difficult for government benefit schemes to reach remote villages. This is Tanvi Mishra for CityCast Live.
Legal Metrology Department has registered 2 cases against Big Bazaar and 1 case against Spencer's last year on the grounds of overcharging. This was announced in an event on World Rights Consumers Day. This year's theme is Our Money, Our Rights Campaigning, Real Choice in Financial Service. Legal Metrology Department has registered 2 cases against Big Bazaar and 1 case against Spencer's last year on the grounds of overcharging. This was announced in an event on World Rights Consumers Day. This year's theme is Our Money, Our Rights, Campaigning Real Choice in Financial Service.
ಇಂದು ಆಚರಿಸಲಾಗುತ್ತಿರುವ
We will take a short break now. Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with Michael Nobbs. Said again.
Welcome back. Fruit vendors violate BBMP rules and sell fruits in unhygienic condition. Our reporter, Javin, look at the consequences.
Cut fruits are having a good business in this summer with many customers, but they fail to follow BBMP circulars to cover the fruits to avoid unhygienic conditions. BBMP rules prohibit fruit vendors from selling cut fruit items unless they are covered or in a glass box.
They are first giving instructions to keep it inside the glass cover. If they are not following the thing, then they are taking action as well.
There is a rise in business in the number of fruit sellers. The fruits are not covered, and this has led to many cases of typhoid and diarrhea.
In a day, you can say maybe at least 3 cases, 2 to 3 cases. Cut fruits are a reason actually. Fruit being a good medium for bacterial growth.
With summer reaching in peak, it's high time that BBMP impose its rules strictly. This is Javin Tutu for CityCast Live.
Experts say expenditure and infrastructure should be the Experts say expenditure and infrastructure should be the FM's top priority for the 2012 and Union Budget. Our reporter Manubhan talks to the economist.
The Finance Minister will present the Union Budget in the Parliament tomorrow. Economists feel curbing the growing deficit and fiscal consolidation should top his priority list. Head of the Economics Department in the Institute of Social and Economic Change says there are only 2 ways of doing this, either collecting tax or reducing expenditure.
We've been enhancing the tax revenue, okay, and we've done well in terms of mobilizing revenues. But the manner in which we are spending our money is a real cause for concern.
She questions the expenditure on the subsidies.
Okay. If you really look at the kind of expenditure that's been incurred by the government during the last few years, you find that there has been an enormous increase. Okay. Especially the kind of expenditure which happens is subsidies.
It is estimated that 30% of tax collected is used for subsidies.
So subsidies can be provided, but then they need to be properly targeted. There are a lot of inclusion and exclusion errors. Okay, many people who deserve it are not included. Many people who do not deserve it are included. Okay.
It is important to have infrastructure because adequate infrastructure will help crowding the private investment. The 11th 5-year plan budgeted 4.5 lakh crores as investment in infrastructure, but only 1.7 crores was spent last year. Some financial advisors feel the best way to promote infrastructure is by promoting more tax rebates to individuals investing in infrastructure.
Taxing measure, I think what better can happen. But our limit is only 20,000 rupees per annum per person. So I think that is completely inadequate in the first place.
It's time for a short break. We'll be back with our special sports section.
Did you watch that movie? How was it? Yeah, sexy movie to us.
This is his day.
Welcome to our special sports section. Archery is gaining popularity in Bangalore. Our reporter Poonam Burde visits training centers.
Bangaloreans are warming up to archery. The number of people learning the sport is slowly increasing.
Regular we have 25 of them and corporate we have 30 of them.
Play, a games arena, started their archery range only 2 months back and already has 10 people enrolled. They are expecting more when their coaching begins in April.
And slowly, the kids, and surprisingly, there are a lot of adults as well who have been asking about, archery coaching.
The authorities at Kanteerva Stadium hold a summer camp for budding archers every year. The number has increased over the years. Archery is taken up by many students as it increases concentration power. The game is becoming famous as it stresses on individual play.
Target and you are getting selected and there is no influence working on this game.
Though it is off-season and exams are going on, students take time out to come and practice when they can.
3 years back I started.
participated in 3 nationals.
Archery, though not a very popular sport, is gaining prominence in the city. Some people take it up as a hobby and some want to do it professionally. This is Poonam Burde for CityCast Live.
The stadium hosting the World Series hockey is in a state of disrepair. Our reporter Abhijit Bamra tells us more.
The stadium has broken barricades in the northern part of the ground, causing safety concerns for the players and the spectators. The players, however, are not concerned about it.
Yeah, playing for team is more important than security. I think when you enter the field, you don't think about all those things. I think it's only on the field performance you want to look into. But later, whatever, I think if World Series has been provided for the security for the team, I'm totally happy with it.
KSHA had complained regarding the issue to the Department of Youth Services and Sports about 2 years ago.
It is in their agenda, and the course of time perhaps that would be done. As of now, nothing has happened. No.
The Department of Youth Services say they will start the work soon.
For Indian Institute, they have to inspect preparation of the estimate, plan and estimate, then we'll do it. Okay.
However, they do not know when the work will start.
For CityCast Live, this is Brijesh.
Michael Nobbs is optimistic about India's performance in the Olympics. Our reporter Pratik Jain in an exclusive chat with the coach of the Indian hockey team.
It's too soon to tell, look, other teams have been preparing for 6 years, we're a long way off the top teams in the world. How far off we are, we'll find out in the next few months where we are. If we're a long way off, as I said, by 2016 we'll be on the Olympic dais. There's no doubt about that. We've got the talent in the country, but how fast we progress is really going to be determined by, what we do in the next few months, to see what we have to do to get up to the top level. We're looking for in players now are extremely fast players with skill and strength, and can play, our style of play, which, as you know now, is a really fast style of play. Those are the kind of players that we are looking for. You'll be surprised at how quickly, if you give a youngster a chance, how quickly he'll come and take someone's place. These kids that we've got that are training now, as I said, we've got tons of talent. They don't respect our older players, they just want their position. They want to take this senior's position. You've got to remember, every senior player was once young, and he did the same to the player ahead of him. So the young kids that we've got are really talented, and they're going to be worked really hard in the next 4 months, 5 months, 6 months and so on. So they're our future. A combination of things. This is a development team we're sending to Pakistan. The Aslan Shah is also a team as well, slightly more development orientated. At the same time, the main team is going to Europe for a pre-Olympic test event, which basically there's 4 teams test the facilities at the Olympics, but it's good practice for us as well, and it's a little mini test. And so from that, we'll then start to look at picking the Olympic team from there. They're going to give it their best shot. They're going to try absolutely heart and soul to do their best for India. They'll leave no stone unturned. If we do well, and if we do poorly, it will not be from lack of trying. And that's all you can ask from them.
After Dravid's retirement, there have been many questions about Sachin's future. Let's see what Bangaloreans have to say about this.
Sachin should retire just after his 100th century because he should give opportunities.
That Sachin should be retiring one because at least he will get retired, then youngster would be given a chance.
He's going through a bad phase, but Dravid did a clever thing of retiring at his peak time, but I think still he should wait for his 100th.
That's all for today. Catch our special edition on the budget tomorrow. For more details, visit or log on to www.thesoftcopy.in/citycast.
Thank you for